coaching 12, I was in 11. And I popped in for the first week. And you just radiate. This is just one of those special people that just radiates. From the very beginning, she just brought everybody in and like welcome, and you just feel at home in your presence, that you feel important and connected, and you just bring this light and joy and this fearlessness that I love, and I want to so support that. I did an auditing of the coaching group, and I was able to sit behind Lauren, and she was talking, and she was like a symphony. Whenever she talked, she'd be like open. And talk about body language. That's her heart. It's open all the time. So I just wanted to pop that in, because I mean, she's just very special.
It was like any other Monday. I woke up, I got dressed, and drove to work. I drove up to the 3rd floor in my parking structure, and I basked in the fact there were very little cars around. It was Martin Luther King Day. So normally, I back and park against the wall. But today, for whatever reason, I thought, I'm gonna park in one of the aisles. So let me set the scene for you. So I decided to park in this space, and behind this space was a Mercedes SUV. So I start backing up, and I accidentally hit the gas, to which I panic and slam on the gas and go reversing back with such force, I fly, smash in the Mercedes, which goes flying across the parking lot and smashes into another Mercedes. I remember in the split second that it all happened, thinking, why is this happening? I would never do something like this. I sat in my car shaking, thinking about all the damage I had just caused. I slowly got out of my car and was confronted by 2 women. Are you okay? They asked. I do this thing in high stress situations where I repeat myself like 3 to 4 times. I'm fine. I'm gonna leave a note. I'm gonna leave a note. I'm gonna leave a note, I stammered. I walked over to survey all the damage that I had just caused. The other cars looked okay, but not my car. It was messed up. And by noon that day, insurance confirmed my car had been totaled. So I call my dad. It's my dad. I call my dad, freaking out. Daddy, what am I gonna do? It's like, well, Lauren, you're gonna need to buy a new car, and it's your car now, so you gotta get car insurance, la la la. Buy a car? With what money exactly? I had just finished paying off almost $20,000 of debt. To go into $20,000 more of debt? No. I started screaming at my dad, Daddy, no, how could this happen? Ah! And he's just like, well, you gotta figure something out. And I was so distraught. The only thing that I could do was just go to sleep. So I went to bed that night. And when I woke up the next day, I felt a little bit better. I asked myself, which reality did I want to live in? The doom and gloom reality, where I'd have to take out a fat loan, maybe move back in with my parents, go deeper into debt, be anxious and depressed, or I could live in the reality of positive expectation. I didn't know how things were going to work out, but I could choose to believe that they would. I asked myself, which reality is going to allow me to focus at work? Which reality is going to empower me to make good decisions in my life? The reality of positive expectation. So what do you do when shit happens? So I've gathered up a list of some of my tried and true methods for you guys. Disclaimer, these are my methods and they work for me. Remember, only you know what's best for you. So these are just some suggestions Pick up the ones that work for you, the ones that resonate, and just toss out the ones that don't. So, I separated them into 3 buckets. Sorry, the board doesn't look very cute right now, but I have handouts for you guys so you don't have to worry and remember this. So I've chunked it out into 3 different sections. So the first is, when shit happens, how to feel immediate relief, right? How to just feel better now. So let's explore. So number 1, breathe. Pretty obvious. Did you guys know that when you actually deep breathe, you activate the parasympathetic nervous system, actually, literally, physically calming you down? 2, speak to that one person that always makes you feel better. For me, that's my brother, Hruska. He always knows just the right thing to say. 3, take a nap or go to sleep. Usually when you're in a panic, it's like you're gonna probably stay that way no matter how much breathing you do, right? So one of the best things, if you can get yourself to do this, is just lay down, take a nap. Or if it's the end of the day, just go to bed. Worry about it tomorrow. 4, exercise. Endorphins. Enough said. 5, Jason Silva's shots of awe. So how many of you guys know Jason Silva?
I know.
Awesome. So I love this guy. He is, I don't know, he wears a lot of different hats, but what he does have is these little thing called shots of awe. Shots of awe are about 1 to 5 minute videos on YouTube, on his YouTube channel. And he calls them philosophical shots of espresso. So I love to watch these. They just totally get me out of my mind, get me out of the situation or my feelings that I'm in. And I get to watch a cool video about what is creativity, what is love, and they're just beautiful, and then him talking with music and images, and they're just really neat. So I highly recommend those. 5, do something crazy. Now this may seem counterintuitive, but I find that if something bad has happened, when shit happens, it's time to do that thing that you always wanted to. Go hike that mountain, sign up for that class, go ford that river, whatever it is, go do it. It'll get you out of your head. It'll get you out of the situation that you're in. 7, give the victim card an expiration date. So what do I mean by this? When something bad happens, by all means, feel your feelings. It's okay to be sad or upset or angry or whatever it is that you're feeling. Always feel them, honor those. But give the victim card an expiration date. So that just means, depending on severity of the situation or what has happened, if you need time to grieve or be upset, sure, do it. And depending on what it is, maybe that's a day, maybe that's a week, maybe it's a month, maybe it's a year, that's fine, but give it an expiration date. So after that point, you're like, okay, I'm gonna pick myself by my bootstraps and move forward. So that plays well into my next section. So my second section is growth. So when shit happens, you can choose to, if you're ready, look at a situation from a growth perspective. So you can ask yourself the following questions. Number 1, what lesson can I learn from this? 2, actively practice gratitude and appreciation. Count your blessings, guys, because you have a lot of them. So this whoops, I put the same one on there. I just realized that. Okay, so we're gonna move to the third question. 3, so what's something positive that can come out of this experience? So a lot of times we think, oh, something really bad has happened, right? But what bad that has been happening might actually be a good thing, might actually be a blessing in disguise. Maybe it was something that, it was a job that you hated, that you were fired from or let go from. Maybe it's a relationship that ending that really wasn't serving you anymore. So if something bad is happening, it could be that it just needs to be looked at through a different lens. And then 3, the third section is, I call it emotional preventative care. So how do you feel better more often as to minimize the impact of something bad happening, right? So number 1, find a community. Find your tribe, find your people, and lean on them for support when you need it. 2, so this is the one I accidentally repeated myself, but actively practice gratitude and appreciation. So what I mean by that is, you hear this all the time, but a practical take-home tip is just, you can make it a practice with a friend or a coworker or a family member. Just like every day you could make a pact like, hey Denise, would you be willing to text each other one thing a day that we appreciated in our day?
Oh, yes.
Or that we were grateful for. And that way it's a little less intimidating than get a journal, write your gratitude list every day. It doesn't have to be this big thing. It's just kind of getting into this new mindset of, I'm gonna look for one thing a day that I feel grateful for, that I appreciate, right? And lastly, guys, what I wanna leave you with is this. Oh, I wanna tell you this before I move on from that. So, focus on what you want to happen. Yeah, that's the last one. So, in this situation with my totaled car, which I really do believe was divine intervention, by the way, and I'll tell you why. So my little Honda Civic, it was a 99 Honda Civic. I'd had that car for 10 years. It had been stolen twice and broken into 4 times.
Wow.
I am a really good driver, despite what you may think now. But that's the only accident that I've ever been in. And I do, when I said, why is this happening to me? I really remember thinking that because I'm a good driver, why would this happen, right? But again, that situation ended up turning positively. We got a little money from insurance, and my dad and I went to the Honda car lot, and he's like, let's just go, let's just, figure it out. And we're at the car lot, talking to the sales guy, look at this Honda, Ooh. And I'm like, and he's like, this one's $15,000, this one, and I'm like, no. The insurance company gave me $2,000. That's how much I want a car for. and they're like, well, do you have good credit? Yeah, I have good credit. Oh, you could lease a car. Lease a car. A solution I never thought of. So it actually ended up working out perfectly. And I'm driving a safe car that has not been stolen yet. So to conclude today's talk, the last thing that I want to give to you guys is what you know that is when shit happens, I think one of the most powerful things that we can remember is this. You are not alone. Someone out there is going through the exact same thing that you're going through. You are not alone. And it's always darkest before dawn. Thank you. Towards the end. And before we do that, I just want to bring all of our speakers up one more time for a round of applause.
Should we do the can?
There's got to be some cortisol reduction.
Oh, yeah.
And then I just hope you guys can stick around. I've got one last visualization that's just for you, and then we will be done for the day.
1, 2, 3, and then one for you guys, right?
There we go.
Yeah, take a bow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you.